Hello everyone and welcome to GMT Tier 3. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here for the first race from GMT in 2021. Hopefully you guys had a lovely holiday and we wish you all the best for the upcoming year. We're gonna start off with a brilliant race and a brilliant championship still yet to be decided between Matty Robbo and Ricky here in the lovely Baku. Lewis, you're here with me once again. How are you doing?
Hello, yes. Happy New Year, everyone, and good evening. Very happy to be here, and what a great track to celebrate 2021 with. Baku is such a tricky track to race and survive. Not, narrow part, and what is the most narrow? I think it's the narrowest track part in F1, isn't it? Around the castle. It's many tricky points, obviously no runoff, and then you have the real long straight going towards the finish line, which obviously gives you a great tow. Very interesting. Expect safety cars or at least VSCs at some point during the race, so even if you do get wing damage early on, it might not mean that you're out there.
Sorry Lewis, I couldn't hear the last part from what you said. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Sorry with the mic there. So, am I all good now?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Okay, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, you've got the straight line, a massive 2 kilometers of on throttle at the end, slipstream heaven. Also, it's a track where we're going to have safety cars, VSCs. If you do get wing damage early on, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of your race. You can still get it back later on.
Yeah, 100%. Plus the fact that safety cars are quite a common thing around here. So even if you make a mistake on lap 1, there's a big chance of a safety car coming out, and that will mean that your race is saved and you can go all over again. Currently on board with the Butcher NLD, that is Justin, for the people who didn't know it yet. He changed his name just for the easier part today. Just keep on calling him Justin. I will ask what he wants from next week onwards. Yeah, for now it will be Justin. Other than that, it is Kitten as well. He is a reserve for tonight's race. He is replacing Roland or Lars. It's how you want to see it. Both house drivers aren't here today. And other than that, everyone is here. Apart from Cos Hamilton, he isn't here either, together with us.
Nice one indeed. So, JSAT currently on provisional pole, 138.337, so very close with the teammate of Connell. So far, Williams front row. I'd be very happy with that so far. Harold quite a few tenths down, 138.799. And Matty obviously challenging at the front of this championship, currently on that P4. Ricky did his lap on a medium set of tyres. He's currently in the pits, so we'll expect him to improve his time somewhat. And then the only other two have done a lap, Dan and Jay Prentice, and reasonably quite a bit off the pace. So I don't know if that's representative, or maybe they did it on mediums as well.
Yeah, Ricky and Jay Prentice on the mediums. Ricky with 139.7 is looking quite decent already. We have to inform you guys, Ricky has just bought a new wheel, a fanatic, and he's racing with a different camera angle as well. So he said to me earlier on in the week, or last week actually, that he is expecting and he will be happy with a top 6 finish. Of course, looking at the standings, he can afford to lose points to Matty, as long as it's not massive, as long as he still gets some decent points and Matty is not finishing P1. It should be all good. With after this only 2 more rounds left, so it's definitely spicing up.
Absolutely. So waiting, it's a bit of a lull at the moment. There's Racing Point heading towards the line. Is that a hot lap? It is a hot lap. So Rage currently, he should be challenging for the front position right now. It's looking good. Obviously it's a very long straight. Heading towards the line. It looks good. It is good.
Oh, it's really good.
Ho, 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 ho.
That's making a statement at the beginning of the year. Really strong lap from Rage Snipes as he puts himself 9 tenths clear of JSEC and P2.
disrespect of that lap time right there. 137.4, 9/10 quicker than JSAC, and Con epic. So Rage is obviously keeping the qualifying momentum of 2020 and moving it into 2021 in great style.
Yep, he is doing what he used to do in EU3, and that's dominating quali. Hopefully for him he can continue on this pace in the race as well, as Harold improves to a 138.0, so he puts it up into P2 and currently on board with Matty Robo as he goes through sector 1 now, as he is almost coming through at the end of it, and then we can see if he's up or down on his previous lap time. Matty is improving by 1.5 tenths. It's looking really good for Matty, but he needs to find that little bit more, because with a 133.9 it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, he's still quite a bit off. He's going to have to make sure this second sector and third sector is pretty obviously. The third sector, you can't really gain much from it, so it's all flat out. It's more down to your downforce settings and getting through the fast left right-hander. But right now, he's going to be coming towards one more tricky corner before the end, or two before the end of sector 2. Looks pretty tidy. The sector 2 board we're coming up to. He's half a second up, so it's looking good.
He can maybe challenge Charlie for P3 if he can improve on his final sector. Crucial thing about this lap, you need to save a little bit of ERS to make it until the finish line. Because if you keep it in hot lap, it's not going to be enough until the line. So hopefully for Matty he saved somewhat, and I think he did exactly that. Because it's a 138.5, 2/10 of Charlie in P3, but I think he will be happy with the improvement and he can still go another lap.
And Ricky's just gone P7 as well. Ricky a fraction behind Matty, 138.6, so he is right where he needs to be, not too far away from his main rival.
Another thing about housekeeping, Ronan unfortunately has to retire. He brought his PS4 to... I don't know where he is at this point, but his connection in his hotel is just too poor to race and he doesn't want to bother any other guys on track, so that's absolutely fair enough. Fair play to Roland, but he will not race today because of the connection.
Yeah. So we've got Charlie... Oh, he's validated, so he's going in the pits. We've got McLaren, which I think is going in the pits as well. Yes, he is, Jay Prentice. So that leaves us, really, anyone on...
JSEC at this point is on a hot lap and he is coming towards the end of sector 1. So let's see what the Williams driver can do on a 138.3 at this point. And he is improving by 0.5 tenth. And that will currently put him up into P3 as the gap is that close to Charlie in front. But if you can improve that little bit more, you can maybe snatch P2 from Harold. Oh, twitchy back end.
Nice and smooth through this tight section. Oh, look, didn't look. He looks like he's backed out, yeah.
Yep.
He obviously lost a lot of time. And yeah, he just, the back end slid out. And those are the corners where you can lose a lot of time. It's not the fast corners, it's the slow corners, where if you brake a little bit too late, miss your apex, and there's no runoff, you have to back out, and there's no sort of being able to run a little bit wide, or when you have a road that narrow and no runoff, you've got to hit your marks perfectly.
It was Jesse. It was Jesse. Oh, that was a really close one. Jesse was not gonna end his lap. He went into the pits and he almost lost his left front tire, but luckily for him it's only the left side of his front wing, but that was really close for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, it was we almost got our first bit of drama for tonight, but he lives to fight another day. Rage on an outlap now then. Harold is coming out of the pits.
Jacek went again. He stayed out on his softs and he is pushing once again. He probably realized that he didn't have enough time left to get back into the pit, put on a new set of tires and go again.
It was a good first sector. He's going to have to surely save ERS into this tight sector here. He's just going to run out of energy, surely. Oh, again, he loses that back end.
Doing it again. Oh, he's pushing.
Off the track.
Oh, but it's actually not invalidated his lap time.
I'm guessing he thinks he's up.
I think so as well. We can see it at the end of this straight. Oh, still half attempt. He lost a little bit through sector 2. That was probably because of the massive tank slapper before the castle section. Can he improve for sector 3? But he, from what I could see, didn't save any ERS. Can he still make it towards the end of the lap? It's gonna be close.
He's gonna have less energy now anyway. Oh, he does it.
He does it.
Improves the place.
I think that is Rage Snipes behind him. Yes, it is. So we go on board with currently pole position. But can Rage Snipes improve on his 137.4?
Yeah, this is it. Crunch time. Harold is also on Harold's on the lap, a little bit further behind, but this is it. First sector, left-hander. Again, nothing spectacular, and he goes a little bit hot. Gets away with it, but does miss that apex. And again, you don't want to go too quick into the right-hander. These 90-degree corners are all about keeping it calm and just hitting your marks. Apex is lovely, a little bit of curve, which does make it go a little bit understeer on the front end, but enough again, not hitting the wall and losing time. Takes that corner much better than we saw J-Sack, no rear end kicking out. Oh, he hits too early! I thought he hit that early, unless that's the... well, does he have wing damage?
It's not looking like it on stream, but I think it could be like a light green, yellow front wing on the left hand side.
Yeah.
You can check it with the test system of Thibaut, so we should be able to see it.
He's up by 300s. Connell has retired, so that's a crash. Connell has lost it. Oh, Rage had to... just got caught up in traffic there, Charlie. And here we go. Takes a very unorthodox line down this straight, right to the edge of the wall, and it's not quicker. No improvement. And Harold's not going to improve either. He's 4/10 down. And Charlie got wing damage. I don't know where that happened. Matty is 2/10 up. Going into the final sector, he's on the main straight.
Is there gonna be enough to get P5, if not P4?
It's so long.
P4! P4 for Matty. Really solid lap time. And with Ricky being in P7, this is massive. Jay Prentice up to P7. He takes an extra spot between Matty and Ricky.
And here comes Ricky now. What's he got under his pocket? Yeah, wow, massive improvement, but it's not enough to gain any positions. He's just outside Jay Prentice's time.
So it remains P8 for Ricky, and that is qualifying over here in Baku.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about the weather for the race?
I know. No, I do not. I mean, lap time wise, they look pretty, for tier 3, especially at the front as well, like pretty representable times. I'm guessing it's dry. I've not seen a wet Baku race yet in League racing.
No, true, good point, good point. So here we have it, Rage Snipes in P1, 3/10 clear of Connell. We've seen that being a bigger gap, so it should be promising for the race. Connell with a good qualifying once again, he will be happy about that one. Harold P3, really well done as well. Matty will be happy with the P4, Chaser P5, Charlie P6, Chip Prentice P7, Ricky P8, Justin P9, Kelsweg rounds off the top 10, Dan P11, JC P12, Steve P13, Kitten P14, Thibaut P15, Cygate P16 and Roland P17. He will not start in today's race.
Yes, we got a bit of a... This track, traditionally, I feel like you see the biggest gaps in qualifying because it just shows you how hard it is. And it's quite a long lap as well.
Yeah, it's such a tricky track. You've got two things really to think about when you're creating a setup, when you think about this race. It's either the fact that you want to have a lot of grip, especially with the castle section, but also the low speed corners. But you also want to have that straight line speed for the long straights you've got around this track, and you need to find the absolute balance and the optimal setup to make sure you both got and straight line speed and grip. And I think the guys who are really handsome and who really know what they're doing setup wise can really gain some time around this track. The people who are like struggling with setups anyway and struggling with grip in particular, they will struggle, especially on exits. The rear tires, they will be screaming towards the end of the stint. They will be very warm. We will see that on the test system as well further along in the race. So it will be very interesting to see the people going for the one stop, especially starting on the harder tire. How long can they stay on, for example, the mediums or the hards before they switch to the softs?
Yeah, because what would you say in this game is the best strategy? Like really ideally a soft to medium, or soft to hard, or a medium to hard tire?
I think from what I can remember from the races I've seen around here, I think it is a soft to hard strategy.
If you're at the front, yeah, and then you get some people doing the medium to hard strategy.
Yeah, I think but I think people might want to go for the soft medium as well to stretch it, but they have to be really careful about the tires. I think that was some sort the case around here. People outside of them will probably go from hards to softs. I think that's probably gonna be the most obvious strategy. Let's see. Formation lap time. Everyone is set up to then, of course, on the softs. It's Dan and Jizzy on the mediums, Steve and Kitten on the hards, Thibaut on the softs, Cygate on the mediums, and Roland on the hards, but he won't start. And my game has crashed. Oh, that's brilliant, Kitten. You should be having multiple invites. Can I still invite you? Yes, I can. Sorry for the people watching at home, but we have to get Kitten in.
In the field, starting on the tyre, they set their fastest lap on in quali, so that is why the top 10 are all on the softs. Everyone from position 11 down have a free choice of tyre, and also that tyre is brand new, so these guys have that advantage in that they'll be able to go much longer in the first stint, and the idea is that hopefully they will have fresher tyres come the end of the race, because like we mentioned, it's going to be a one-stopper. Ideally, one stopper, so the guys on the soft will be going onto the hard for the rest of the race. Guys on the medium, most likely go on the hard as well, but their hard tyre will have done far less laps. So the idea is that they go into quicker in the second half of the race.
That will definitely be the main aim. The only thing that can throw some spanner into the work is a safety car, of course. Either a virtual safety car if it's timed perfectly for either the leaders or the back markers to come into the pits and lose less time. Full call safety car, of course. The field will be all together once again, and that will mean that everyone can go on whatever tire they want and don't lose any time. So yeah, they can change some things up, but if there isn't a safety car coming out, it will be a pretty straightforward one stop like Lewis said before.
Yeah, so Rage P1, Connell P2, Harold 3 and Matty 4th. It's one of the shortest rundowns into turn 1, so it can be always a tricky one. You tend to be quite careful, because you know you can't really, unless someone has a bad start in front of you, you can't really gain that much in this part of the lap. You're going to look to save it for going into turn 3, where you've got a much longer bit of a straight line, and then even the end of the first lap. Look out for that.
Don't make any mistakes, because they will still get you either into turn 1 or on the straight after turn 2, so you have to be sharp and you have to be knowing what you're doing. Here we go. It's 5 red lights for the first time in 2021. Console speed is going once again. Hopefully we can make it a brilliant year. There's 2 jump starts already. But oh, that's from Roland and Kitten, who both left. That's, you love to see it. It's 5 red lights, and now we're away we go for the Baku Grand Prix. It's a good start from Rage Snipes. He's gonna stay ahead of Connell. Connell sticks his nose in. They're actually going side by side up towards turn 2. Who's gonna come out ahead? It's Connell still on the inside, and Connell remains on the inside as they still go side by side up towards turn 3. Who's gonna come out on top? It's gonna be Rage Snipes in front of Connell, in front of Harold.
Very well done by everyone involved. Master, there's an Alpha there having a look. Oh, and a Williams. Williams has spun. There's a Williams.
J-Sec.
Yeah. I didn't say, I just saw him hit the wall. I think he might have just gone in too hot, hit the wall, and then that bounced back into the track, and that's major wing damage for J-Sec.
Oh, major problem for Ricky. Right hand side, front wing damage. Did he collide with J-Sec? It's gonna be the question. But massive wing damage for Ricky, and he will be losing a lot of time with this front wing damage.
Yeah, major development already early on, so he's going to have to pit. It's too much damage, surely, to carry on going. He might want to do another lap or two, but really, he's just going to lose so much time. Once all these guys get used to heavy fuel, you know, any advantage he might be able to just keep up with them, he'll lose quite quickly. So for him, it's going to have to be a two-stopper race now, and he's going to have to hope for a safety car.
The only thing that can help his race is indeed going to be a safety car. You can already see on the bottom right screen on the map, you can already see the gap between Jay Prentice and Ricky, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And the question is going to be, is Ricky going to stop this lap, or is he going to continue on until he's going to make his first and probably final pit stop? Firstly, we're going to focus on a battle between Rage Snipes and Connell, but Rage Snipes stays in front, although he locks up. He still stays in front of the Williams, and Ricky is indeed coming into the pitch. Front wing change for the Ferrari driver, and he goes on towards the medium tires, and he will have to do some backup work.
Yeah, and this is a situation where Kitten Petter is joined,
but in PA.
Yeah, he's going to come back in P9, so he's going to actually be pleasantly surprised. He would have thought he would have come in.
Yeah, he probably was thinking that his eye was gonna destroy this race for him, but actually it helped him. Because I didn't see anything from, how do you call it? Gee, how can I not come up with the words? Drive-through penalty, because they jump-started. I didn't see that message coming up, but he's still ghosting, so...
Yeah, he must not join it yet.
Yeah, it's a really weird situation. He joined the lobby, but I don't think he actually got into his car yet. To be brutally honest, he's almost back at where he started now.
Yeah. So not too bad.
No, nothing too much to worry about. We go back to the lead in this race as we've got the top three all in one camera angle. We've got Rage Snipes, Connell and Harold, and I think Harold is looking very dangerously to take P2 from Connell, as Connell has a little bit of a bad lap compared to Rage Snipes. 7/10 is the gap. Is it gonna be enough to stay in front of Harold?
Yeah, he's not using any overtake. I mean, I would try and get, because obviously next lap now is going to be DRS, but Connell got used to the slipstream where he's a little bit deep.
Harold runs deep as well, just about avoids the wall.
Yeah.
As he puts in the fast lap of the race with a 1:43.0.
Yeah, that would have gave Harold a part skipping a few beats right there. The wall just comes at you, you think, oh, it's okay, and it's there.
Nope, it isn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, Harold holding on. Still a second clear of Matty. But he's lost a bit of ground to the top two. Looking at the ERS, obviously Connell using a little bit more so far.
Ooh, yellow flag sector 1. I think that's Kitten. And I can already tell what's happened. At that point, I think he probably took control of his car and ran it into the wall at exactly that point. Because on my screen, I think he's back in control of the car.
Yeah, he looks it. Yeah, he's not ghost anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame for Kitten, because his AI did such a good job to put him up in the field.
Yeah, still battle for P11, Steve and Sygate. don't know if you do the same, but I've lost the interval times.
Yeah, same. I just removed it and I'm gonna use the test system to keep up with the gaps. Luckily we've got that. Thank you, Thibaut. But it's glitched on my screen as well, so just gonna keep it like this. Actually, we can now get the. I thought it was on this as well. But let's get the fastest lap up. Why not?
Well, Rage set the fastest lap and starting to pull away. Used a little bit more ERS that lap as well. Probably was defending from the DRS that Connell has. Harold is coming back towards Connell, and if anything, Matty now is starting to kind of pressure from Charlie. Just doesn't have the pace of the top three. And oh, look at this, Ricky. Fastest lap now.
Ricky showing his pace on those mediums. You're already at the back of Kitten, and in fact, you already got past Kitten. So that's Ricky up into P15. Kitten drops down to 16. But yeah, like you said, Matty can't keep up with the top three, and he needs to defend from Ricky's teammate Charlie in P5. Jay Prentice tries to hang on, but the gap is 1.2 seconds. I got the interval back, Lewis, so should be good for you, on your part as well. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, lovely. Right, so Connell is going to have to use quite a bit of ERS now. If you look at Harold, Harold has got absolutely loads of energy left in that car. So that Connell is going to be tricky to defend from. And Harold just looks very calm at the moment, saving it all. It's very early, lap 4 of 26. What can happen?
Yeah, no need for Harold to push the absolute limit of the car. He knows it will be a struggle to get past Connell, as he will get DRS from Rage Snipes in front. Just wait until the pit stops. Maybe he can do an undercut or overcut on Connell and both Rage Snipes. Oh, he's going.
Yeah.
Oh, Connell goes into the pits. Connell goes into the pits already at the end of lap 4, the start of lap 5. The Williams decided to go into the pits, so that remains Rage Snipes and Harold for the battle in the lead, and Matty remained in P3. Actually, really good job from Matty, because he will know what the situation is. Where Ricky is in, being in P5.
Oh, Renault, look at his side gates. Oh, side gate, Thibaut and Steve, all three go off there, and the Renault ends up with wing damage. There was all three not giving, well, the guy on the inside, the guy on the outside, no room, but sandwiched Thibaut. And Sidegate ended up the worst off there, spinning off the track. But the Renault Thibaut wing damage now. Yep,
31% damage on the right hand side, 19% damage on the left hand side for Steve. So both drivers got wing damage. Sidegate got away with this one, no wing damage for him, but he lost a lot of time.
Look at Harold. Harold is, oh, he gets the back end. I was about to say, he was making inroads there on Rage. He's lost a bit of time at the back end. So Harold doing a very good job, looking to keep in DRS zone, which he comfortably is at the moment.
Now looking at the damage screen, Charlie apparently has 25% wing damage as well on the right hand side. So being within 4/10 of Matty, he's got some great pace without that wing damage.
Yeah, has Matty not got wing damage?
No, Matty is clear from wing damage, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at Charlie's car. You're right, Charlie does have wing damage. And maybe he got it recently, because they're both, well no, Matty pits.
Matty
Charlie
into the
doesn't.
pits, Charlie remains on the track. Rage Snipes and Harold went for another lap as well. It's going to be very interesting. Let's actually get the gap to leader up on screen, because who are we looking for? It was Connell, who's already up into P7. What is the gap? 17.9 seconds between him and Rage Snipes. He is gaining like no tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as those softs we know drop off dramatically, it becomes very hard, particularly in the fast corners, to keep the car stable without losing the rear end. But yeah, Connell now 17.9. He's obviously the one who's, well, yeah, Connell's looking very good.
He got some clean air in front, so he should be able to just drive on his own pace. Yeah, it's not much, but he's gaining 10th after 10th after 10th. And maybe it's gonna be enough to put him in front of these guys. Lovely helicopter view, by the way, it has to be said.
Yeah, he lost a bit of time in the middle sector. There's 18 seconds dead. So do the top two pit this lap?
I would say so.
Here we go. Moment of truth, Phil. They are leaning to the left.
Yeah, I think this is.
And
Rage Snipes going into the pits. Yep, Harold stays out for another lap. Interesting stuff. We go on board with Rage Snipes. Where is Rage Snipes gonna come out of the pits? Pit window is open for the one stop onto the hards. Is that what Rage Snipes is gonna do? That is what Rage Snipes is gonna do.
Yeah, Connell was able to take big chunks out. All Rage is coming out of the pits. It's going to be a close one. I think Connell's done it.
Yeah, Connell's done it, but he will probably have to make another stop.
Yeah, because he's on the mediums, that's right.
So he is... Let's actually get the gap on interval once again. Yeah, he's 1.2 seconds clear from Rage Snipes now, so he wants to keep Rage Snipes outside of his DRS window, of course. But I think he is the one who still needs to make another pit stop, and then 1 second is not going to be enough.
Yeah, Connell, yeah, that's a good point. Being on that medium tyre, surely he won't be able to last that race. I think that early, there's no chance. So he's going to have to pit again. So
Yeah.
I question that. Why?
Maybe gambling on a safety car?
Yeah, when you're at the front, you don't make those gambles. You make those gambles when you're at the back. He's right at the back now. He's battling the Red Bull.
Yes, sorry to interrupt. We saw this last week as well with Ricky. Kelsvik is being a brilliant teammate for Rage Snipes, although they're both driving for different teams, because he held up Connell once again. And actually, we can just stay on board. Kelsvik is gonna let Rage Snipes go through here. Watch it.
Yeah.
Here, I called it. I know these guys. They work together, which is absolutely fair enough. That's what me and Fruitful did a couple of seasons ago when we were both in different teams. But just keep on helping each other, and it's actually allowed Rage Snipes to almost get into that 1 second DRS window which he needed.
Well, he is absolutely. He's going to get DRS this time round, so we'll be able to keep him in the clutches of Connell as Harold and Charlie have pitted.
Harold and Charlie in the pits. Where is Harold? Here Harold is coming out of the pits now. He actually did a brilliant outlap. Is he gonna come out in front of Connell? No, he's gonna come out in front of Rage Snipes on those hards. That's crucial. So I think it's gonna be a net P1 for Harold in the Mercedes.
Yeah, that's really crucial. But they're all still together. And Connell hasn't got that great pace, it seems, on the medium. Not like he's not blowing away. I know he was obviously helped Rage in that last lap, but I think when these hards come up to temperature, Connell, he should really be blasting away from the hard runners.
Yeah, I think that's because those mediums are not particularly great around here as well. I think the tires you want to be on is the hards especially. You can go onto the softs at the end of the race. You don't want to be in them at the start of the race. I don't think you want to. Well, I think you want to avoid the mediums on this track. I think that was the case. I don't know if anyone can confirm in the chat. But I don't think those mediums are particularly great around here.
Yeah, Harold just about keeping in DRS. This opening lap, struggling a little bit more of tyre temp. So that's why Rage is desperately looking to try and find a way through. Harold, though, luckily, he is still in that DRS zone. He's just out of it now.
He dropped out, and I don't think it's gonna be enough unless... Oh, he's pushing.
Oh, it's close. I think he's got it.
You got it, he got it. Just about.
Yeah. And then it's Rage using his DRS. Forcing also the Mercedes to use the DRS as well. Oh, Rage.
Look up. Oh, it's Connell running away, coming out of turn 1, and that's given him the first penalty of 2021, the first penalty in this race. Connell with 3 seconds added on at the end of the race.
Oh, look at this, Rage. Rage again, he's coming through. Harold is trying to defend with his ERS.
Oh, he's forcing Harold into a mistake. And we haven't seen this from Rage Snipes in a long time. Putting people under pressure, not going for those crazy dangerous moves. He's being patient now. He knows this race is all his, and he's just trying to get Harold to make a mistake. Talking about overtakes, Connell is looking to get past Dan. Dan still has to make another pit stop on those 8-lap old mediums. They won't be feeling great, and Connell wants to get past as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's helping Mercedes. Harold does not seem to be happy at the moment on those hards, but it's keeping Connell close enough so that he can still get DRS. Without that DRS, he'd be toast to Rage down the main straight. Here we go, main straight. Let's see if there's any action this time round. Rage is definitely close enough. He's right with him. And he's already using ERS as well.
I think Rage Snipes had enough of it. Is Connell gonna go for the move? I think Connell's too far away.
Rage is not defending.
Rage is going for it! Oh, late move! He has to back out.
That's weird, because Harold didn't use any ERS either. He chose to not defend. And no ERS. Again, he's not using the ERS at all. So he's just going to allow Rage to go down the inside of him.
Now I think Connell... No, Connell still can't get past Dan. And this could be crucial. This had to be the part where Connell got past Dan to create a gap between him and Harold and Rage Snipes. Now they will close back in on the Williams, and seeing the straight line speed of Rage Snipes and Harold, I think they both will get past Dan on the start finish straight if they're lucky.
Yeah, Connell is this moment now. Connell not to get too straight and too flustered by this. Just got to accept it. It's a straight track. It's hard to overtake even the guys with the tyres that are terribly worn. And the frustrating thing from now is you can see he would want to go. There's no point. And look at this, Dan is cheekily letting him have the inside line here.
Oh! He clipped the wall on the inside on my screen. I don't know if it gave him damage. I can't see it on the test. So it must have been...
No, he's alright.
Yeah, connection thing.
But now he's not going to have DRS. Dan is just going to go back past him again.
I think Dan will get DRS.
He will?
Yeah, he will. So Dan should be able to get past Connell once again. Oh, he's choosing the outside line. And look at Rage Snipes.
Passing both. Connell's trying to go deep. And he will go deep. And he holds on for now.
Dan is doing his absolute best to get Matty back into this race as well, but look at Connell with the DRS open, but he's so low on DRS, and Dan is lacking like no tomorrow.
Yeah. We've got a race on our hands here.
We definitely have. Yeah, Matty is closing in by quite a bit actually, but he's on mediums as well.
Yeah.
And
Connell's down the inside here, but he's going to have the outside surely.
Oh my days, this connection is
Dan.
terrible.
Yeah.
Where is Dan on track?
And he's trying to battle it with Rage. Oh, being very aggressive. Harold won't like that. Obviously now he's behind still. He's still behind Dan. Dan's got no grip whatsoever.
Yeah, Dan. I think Dan made a mistake by staying out another lap. He of course, he wanted to help his teammate. As we got this lovely helicopter view. Oh my days, you love to see it. Harold gets past. I think he wanted to help Matty, which he obviously did, because Matty now has got full connection towards the back of Harold.
Yeah, I don't get why Matty is gone for the medium as well.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that.
Ricky obviously has got the medium. Jay Prentice also went on the medium tyre.
Strange call. They must think they can go till the end.
Yeah. Crazy. Ricky's had a good recovery though so far. P7 obviously will have to hit again as Dan has finally hit it. So Harold 1.8 behind Rage.
And Matty within a second.
Game on.
Oh, Rage Snipes, is he gonna go for the move round the outside? Connell defends the inside, and he leaves the door open. But Rage Snipes can't make anything of it, and he has to remain a P2, and all of this battling is helping Harold to close back in, and he's bringing someone with him.
Yeah, he has got Matty as his piggyback. But yeah, Rage doesn't want to be doing any sort of doing outside manoeuvres. You haven't got the space to get away with that. If your guy on the inside breaks too deep, you're being joined, you're going in the wall. Straight and simple. So you've got to drive it a little bit differently. You've got to attack in a different way on a street track compared to a race track, a permanent race track. You've got to make sure that move is clean. You just don't have the space to sort of get away with these side-by-side moves going on for half a lap.
Is Rage Snipes gonna try once again on a start finish straight? He's got much more ERS compared to Connell, so he should be able to get the job done. Yellow sector 2, that's the castle section, and I think that's Steve. Steve lost in the castle section, damage for Steve. We go back to the lead. Rage Snipes go for the move down the inside, and that is job done for the racing point. He goes up into P1 now, and I think this race is all his if he's not gonna make any mistakes.
Yeah, Connell's gonna try and get a good run here and use to get DRS. Rage will use up all his energy, and he has it all in reserve as well.
Yeah, no chance for Connell on the back straight, so he has to remain a P2 for now. It will be the case of him. Trying to stay close to Rage, he goes deep, and I think this is gonna be it. Yep, outside of the 1 second window, that is your DRS gone.
And obviously, also Connell has got 3 seconds at the moment in regards to penalties. So,
Jizzy is dropping down, he goes into the pit, he didn't have any of his front wing left, according to Tess. Steve as well on the left hand side, and it is Kel's swag as well with front wing damage. So I think those 3 guys all collided within the castle section. They picked up wing damage.
yeah, it would make sense because they were all together on the map. I thought, well, before it was just the Mercedes, but yeah, they've been tussling with each other all day, all race rather. So it is what it is. Still work out for them if there's a safety car later on. But
I know another guy who is hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, well, we're now at the halfway point, aren't we? Lap 13.
Yeah.
Literally at the halfway point now. So let's see. I mean, still these guys on the mediums, it doesn't look like it's really working.
Situation penalty wise, Rage Snipes is only on 1 warning, so it's looking quite decent for him. Connell of course on those 3 warnings, but that's it, so he didn't pick up a warning after. Harold is on 2 warnings, so he's only 1 warning away from a 3-second time penalty, and that's something he doesn't want to pick up. So he needs to think about his move, and he needs to think about his race, and that's not really helping your pace in most of the cases.
Absolutely. Matty by Jay Prentice 2 seconds behind now. Charlie hasn't, to be fair, Charlie had really good pace on the softs. He hasn't got wing damage still, has he? Because he just hasn't been able to catch in on Ricky.
Charlie is now, yeah, Charlie's now clean from wing damage, so he's got his full front wing still.
Right. Just doesn't seem to have that pace though. The softs he was ballistic. Considering the damage he had. Yeah, he's around 5. He's keeping the gap at around 5 seconds to Ricky, but Ricky on 11 lap old mediums from 4. Charlie would have the pace over him, but Ricky is only just outside DRS. I'm sure he'll use a bit of overtake to make sure he gets himself into that, but he's just not quite just missed out here.
Look at Howard with the DRS. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the job done into turn 1, but is he gonna line it up for a move on the back straight? Let's see. I like it. Braking late. Get a good exit. Oh, but Connell got a brilliant exit as well. Lovely exit from Connell in front. And I think that's gonna keep him in P2 for now. It is.
Tires, yeah, the medium tyres still have the traction advantage. And in those tight 90-degree corners, you can see that's where Connell is able to pull away. And again, Connell now pulling away out of those corners. It's more so really in the technical part coming to where Harold is quicker, and obviously he does have the DRS to help him as well.
He's rolling this car. Luckily he's ghosting. I remember the race where I joined the lobby in a car and it didn't ghost for the full 27 laps. That was brilliant.
That was not a happy ending, was it?
It only destroyed the race for about 7 people, so nothing too major.
It could have tried to avoid you, Ghost, but...
Good point.
You know, they should have realised that you were going to break 15 years earlier.
Yeah, it was just an extra addition to the Bahrain race. Steve retired in the pits. He already said that he needed some sleep. He still showed up. Fair play to him. It wasn't going to work this race, so he is going to bed. Fair play, Steve. Have a good night.
And so Kelster and Seigate battling it out 14th, 15th. Hidden Petto, considering jumped the start, well, his Ghost jumped the start, and he joined in around like 4 laps in. P12, apparently 6 seconds behind Tivo, and Tivo is a further 6 seconds behind J-Sack just has pitted again for a second time.
Yeah, Ricky as well. Ricky went into the pits as well for another fresh set of medium tires, and he comes out behind Dan, but in front of J-Sack.
Smart, because Ricky was getting close to J. Prentice and May. Now the fresh mediums, if the J. Prentice and May don't respond, Ricky could get ahead of them, both of them here.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on. I think Matty is just gonna stretch those mediums towards the point where he can go on to the soft tires towards the end of the race, and those soft tires will be so much quicker compared to the mediums of Ricky that he should be able to, if he falls behind Ricky, he should be able to get past him again. But he could have made so much more from the situation he was in, with Ricky picking up wing damage, having to stop on lap 1. He should have just went for the one stop straight away on those hards and gaining the maximum amount of points on Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky has a chance now to still pull away and gain points. He's got Dan right ahead of Ricky. Has such an advantage on those mediums over the hards.
Ooh, Matty comes into the pits. Matty has enough of those medium tires.
Well, we got yellow, we got Renault, and a VSC.
Virtual safety car.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the perfect timing for Matty.
Yeah, Thibaut crashed. And also Connell pitted as well. Connell's putting mediums on, Matty's putting mediums on. So although it's still not the best strategy, they're not going to lose anywhere near as much time. That is what, you know, we're talking about Ricky being able to get past them both. Ricky is going to be so miffed about all that. Because
Ricky,
essentially, Ricky is still just coming into turn 1 now.
yeah, and you can see where Connell and Matty came out on track. They gain a lot of time compared to Ricky, and they are on this. They've got the same amount of tires and laps done on the tires. Ricky only 1 lap all the tires, so yeah, that's not even a difference. And he is still stuck behind Dan, and Dan is not gonna make life easy for Ricky. We know that already. So yeah, we said it before at the start of the race. A virtual safety car at the right timing can throw some spanner into the work, and it actually did that, because now Connell and Matty, being in P5 and P6, are on fresh tires compared to everyone else.
That little narrow area is starting to put people off, the tyres wearing thin. Basically, the only one.
Yellow sector 2, that is Thibaut once again. Stuck in the castle section.
Is it Thibaut or is it Roland? No, it's Roland.
It's Thibaut.
The ghost of Roland.
It's the ghost of Road, no way.
Yeah, Thibaut just pitted because he had wing damage. That is the ghost of Roland. Who's
Roland
crashed.
is ghost is stuck in the castle section. How is that possible?
The AI is just figuring itself out.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna switch to
nearly-
him anymore. It's nearly done.
Nearly done. Oh, now he's staying there.
Oh no. Well, to be brutally honest, it's not causing a safety car. You can't overtake anyway through the castle section, so nothing too major to worry about, apart from the fact that it's a little bit distracting as Ricky gets past Dan for P7. Yes.
He's done it! He's done it! Roland's ghost is sort of done it, but it's like trying to go into the wall. I think, yeah, we're okay now. That yellow's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
on the way. Thank God for that one.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the great unique factors of Baku. It's such narrow areas. It takes, that must have been a 30-point turn, Ghost of Roland. And also, I've only seen something right. Harold is ahead of Rage. Somewhere, Harold has got ahead of Rage.
Completely missed that.
What happened
When
there?
did
It's a
that
second.
happen?
The Ghost of
Wait,
Roland
we
distracted
should be
us.
able to check that.
Oh, you're yellow. Jizzy is retired. Jizzy's crashed.
Rage
I think.
Snipes broke his right wing. It went from 0 to 25% damage, so Rage Snipes must have made a mistake. It's a virtual safety car once again.
Yeah, it's a McLaren. Jizzy crashing in turn 1.
Is Rage Snipes gonna make a stop, or is he gonna stay out?
He's gonna have to. Like, he's just gonna lose so much time.
Yeah, he stays out.
Okay. And we're back at it. I mean, he has got 4 seconds. In fact, Jay Prentice now pits. So really, he has got a big gap. Charlie now is... Oh, J-Sack. Connell's just got past... Oh, Charlie and Connell just went past Jay Prentice in the pits. Charlie now, P3. Connell, though, on those fresh mediums. Surely is going to get past him. Yeah, DRS. That is done. So Connell went to a net P3, although he does have a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that's not gonna be ideal, but I assume that Connell is fast enough to put away 3 seconds from Charlie. People have to watch out for Jay Prentice. He is on a fresh set of soft tires with 7 laps to go in this race, and he's not too far of Ricky and Matty.
Yeah, you're right. He should gain quite a bit of time in these first few laps.
And Rage Snipes is doing a really good job to keep up with Harold.
Oh yeah. If he wins this race somehow with the wing damage he's got, no one's ever done that, have they? No one's ever won a race with wing damage, like, you know, from... It's actually to pass a guy who has full wing.
Yeah, like this, we've seen guys with wing damage which was like light green or like missing a small part of it, but he completely lost the right hand side of his front wing.
Look at this.
And he's gonna go for the move.
Wow. Here we go, down side by side. He's done it. Rage is in the lead with wing damage.
You love to see it. And he will be very happy with that one.
7 to go. And
Charlie, Charlie remains in the 1 second window of Connell, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Look at Jay Prentice. I've said it. Keep an eye out for McLaren. He got past Dan for P7. Drops Dan down to P8. Dan on those hards. He just tries to score as many points as possible. He should be able to stay in front of Justin? Question mark. He should be at least be able to stay out in front of J-Sack.
And also with this, it should be Jay Prentice should be able to get fastest lap. These type of tyres now. He's catching in, although Ricky's on reasonably new mediums. So it's not going to be a massive jump.
Yeah, I think Jay Prentice got help because of the DRS as well, which Dan gave him to overtake, so must have given him some sort of advantage. Oh, look at this. Jay Prentice was faster through sector 1 compared to Ricky's fastest lap time. And he is faster through sector 2 as well. In fact, he's got the quickest sector 2 in this session. So I think we're gonna see indeed a new fastest lap in this race by Jay Prentice.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying. He's almost in DRS zone. Obviously, all Kelster's crash. Oh no, he's not speared. Kelster pits. And Jay Prentice just outside DRS.
And here comes Harold for a move down the inside. Job done before the braking zone. And that's the Mercedes back up into P1 again.
We got a bit of a merry-go-round here. Event going on down that main straight. Harold saving ERS, and now looking to wanting to keep that ERS. Keep that position using a bit of ERS initially.
There we have it. Bottom left side of your screen. 141.7 for Jay Prentice, new fastest lap of the race. If I was Ray Snipes at this point, I would just force Harold into a mistake. Just try to see if you can use those couple of laps to maybe force him wide or locking up or anything like that to give him that 3-second time penalty, because Harold can just time this to absolute perfection and still get in front of Ray Snipes.
Absolutely. And Connell meanwhile is almost now he's essentially half a tenth off. He's now 3 seconds ahead of Charlie. So at this rate, despite the penalty, he is still in. He's going to hold on to P3 for now, but only just.
Let's see, we're firstly going to focus on a battle for P1, but Jay Prentice is looking very dangerous to take P6 from Ricky away.
Yeah, I think you can get a little bit closer. Ricky's going to be smart. He will use all the ERS towards the end of that straight.
The Snipes won't be going for a move, so we're going to focus on Jay Prentice and Ricky.
Gaps 5/10. Here we go then. Ricky will. I don't think Ricky's going to respond here.
Yeah, this job done already for Jay Prentice. Even before the braking zone, Ricky already tucks right behind the McLaren. Job done for Jay Prentice. He moves up into P6.
22 of 26, the closing stage of this race. Yeah, it looks, Harold, you would say, has it in control. Connell is making inroads. He's 6.1 behind now. He is catching these top two. To be fair, it's a shame, you know, if he had 3-second penalties, you think, well, he's going to be pretty close. He's not quite close enough, but this two-stop strategy hasn't worked too badly for him, to be fair.
No, we've got to remember that they got help because of the virtual safety car, of course.
That is true, yeah.
But apart from that, it's not too bad. It's probably not going to be enough to close into this, guys. And of course, like you've mentioned before, the 3-second time penalty is not helping either. Ray Snipes went a little bit wide coming out of the left-hander, and he is just about within that 1-second window, which is going to be crucial to keep a chance of winning this race.
Yeah.
Charlie and Matty, I think it's going to be a little bit more interesting. He puts it up into overtake, and he's gaining massively on the Ferrari in front. And I think Matty is going to go for the move with the DRS, with the overtake button enabled. Is Matty going to take P4 in this race? Charlie needs to do his best to make sure he can help his teammate. But it's not going to be enough for Charlie as Matty goes up into P4.
Lovely move by Matty. P4 it is, and it'd be interesting to see if he was able to actually be quicker than Connell. He's got 1.6 seconds to gain, and he'll be in a position where he can get a podium. So we might have a bit of drama still left in this race with we've got now 4 to go. Yeah, 4 laps, 3 and a half laps to go now.
And Matty said to me that he was going to be sure that he was going to speak to me after the race during the podium interviews. So he needs to make that happen, and he needs to gain 2 more seconds.
Yeah, Yeah, so far actually Connell does look pretty quick at the moment. Connell is just about not getting another penalty really.
And no, Connell is still on free warning, so that's not gonna help either.
Yeah, he's still 3 seconds now. Here we go, neat and tidy. 4.5 seconds behind now. And already crucially, the second clear of Charlie.
Yeah, so I don't think Charlie is gonna come back at Matty. Of course, he's on the harder compound and the older tire, so this is quite fair that Charlie is losing time to Matty. Nothing to worry about on his side. Ray Snipes is closing back in on Harold once again. The gap was 9 tenths at some point. It's now 5 tenths once again, and with the DRS it's gonna help even more. I think Ray Snipes is just gonna save as much of the DRS as possible to burn it all on either lap 25 or lap 26. I don't think it's gonna be a smart move if you go for an overtake already.
Yeah, well, we got 3 to go now, so we're getting towards the dress rehearsal stage, planning of how Rage is going to attack this, how, you know, what lap he's going to choose to overtake. Does he choose to overtake at the end of this lap, or does he want to overtake at the beginning of the last lap? It's a tricky one. I mean, if I was in this situation, I would save ERS as much as possible.
I think you want to go for the move. At the end of lap 25, start of lap 26 on the start finish straight.
Yeah.
And then burn everything off on the back straight to make sure you stay in front. That should be enough.
Because he has the advantage, he has DRS.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to use the ERS so much to stay on the same speed down the straights.
Exactly.
He still is though. See, I guess he knows what Harold's trying to do here.
Or you can do what I did in, I think it was season 3, and just what I did to Roland, overtake him on the last lap with only 2 more meters to go.
Yeah, as well.
Roland will be happy I mentioned this once again.
So happy. Here we go then. Penultimate lap. And Matty is just 1.1 behind Connell. Oh, 1.3 now. But it's close.
Yeah, Matty is gaining, and I think Connell has had enough of those medium tires. I think he's burned them off a little bit too quickly. This is allowing Matty to close in lap by lap, corner by corner, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Matty. At this point, it's not going to be enough for Rage Snipes to take the victory in tonight's race.
Yeah, Rage, if he doesn't win, would be gutted. You know, the fact he's able to keep up with him. Despite wing damage.
Jacek takes away the fastest lap from Jay Prentice, and he will actually get an extra point, so it will be 2 points for P10 for the Williams driver Jacek.
This is crucial then. And the thing is, Harold seems to have the same ERS. So, if this corner here.
He knows it, Rage Snipes knows it. He needs to get the best exit possible, which was sort of the case. Yeah, it was okay. He's doing exactly what I said he was gonna do. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Harold's got some insane pace on the straight.
Yeah, here we go, DRS.
He has to go the long way round.
Oh, he's gonna surely break late. Oh, they almost touch.
Oh, but Rage Snipes comes out on top.
And Tebow joins in at the worst time. He's done it. Oh,
but now Harold needs to come back.
But Harold doesn't get great traction at all. So it doesn't matter. Even with that DRS.
No move for Harold. So he has got one final chance, and it's on the start finish straight.
Yeah, literally. And even then, I mean, this will be an unreal victory for Rage Snipes.
Oh, Tebow, please don't get into the way of this battle. I know you're quicker on those softs.
looks like he's got the pace. Despite that wing damage, he's pulling away handsomely.
Rage Snipes, they get something left in the tank. He is pulling away like no tomorrow. How did he suddenly find this pace? Oh, everyone was pushing it into the fast left-hander. But like you've mentioned, I think the gap is too big, and I think Rage Snipes is gonna take victory in tonight's race.
Yeah, I mean, you can use all the RS now, but I mean, Rage's got a little bit less, but it's just going to be too big of a gap.
So here we have it, with Harold closing in, but not quick enough. Rage Snipes is gonna be the first winner of 2021 here in Console Speed. There we have it, P1 for Rage Snipes, Harold P2. Connell is gonna take a brilliant P3, even though he's got a time penalty. Matty will take P4, who's gonna take P5? It's gonna be Charlie in front of Jay Prentice. Yes, just about. Stays in front of Ricky. Dan is gonna take P8 in this race. How close was that finish between Trey Prentice and Ricky, by the way? Oh my days.
Yeah.
Then P8, Justin P9, and Jacek follows immediately in that P10.
Love to see it.
Taking 2 points for Jacek. It's only waiting for Kitten, who is...
Kitten crashed on the last lap.
Kitten crashed it. Is Thibaut gonna... Ooh, it's the Thibaut already... came across the finish line because he was behind Rage Snipes. Otherwise Kitten would have lost P11. Not that it's gonna matter anyway, because he wouldn't have scored points, but would have been a shame. He's still gonna take P11 now.
Yeah, J-Sack recovered in the end of P10. We're just waiting for Kitten. Along with Roland.
There we have it. Really interesting race. From the start of the race, I wouldn't have expected it to be that close for 26 laps. I will invite the guys to the commentary box. So here we have it, the final standings for today's race. Rage Snipes takes P1, Harold takes P2, Connell P3, Matty P4, he will be happy with that one. Charlie P5, Jay Prentice P6, Ricky P7, Dan P8, Justin P9, Jacek P10, and he takes an extra point for the fastest lap as well. Kitten P11, Thibaut P12, Saige P13, Roland P14, Kelsweg P15, GC P16, and Steve P17. Fair play to those guys. Yeah, Lewis, who is going to be your driver of today? I think it has to be Rage Snipes.
I think we know. It's going to be Rage, yeah. Like, I've never seen that. Wing damage, you know, and still, you know, either that's a glitch online, you know, showing us there's wing damage, but like you say, you had the telemetry as well. You saw it, you know, there was wing damage, and he still won. Yeah, give it to him.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Rage Snipes joined the lobby as well, together with Connell. I don't think Harold is gonna join, to be brutally honest. So we're just gonna start off with Connell, as he's already here. Connell taking P3 in this race. Unfortunately for you, you had the 3-second time penalty. You went for the 2-stop in today's race. Was that always gonna be the plan, or did you have to do something special to get past Harold and Rage in front?
Well, congratulations to Rage anyway on the win with that broken front wing. I just found out there when I heard. It's crazy. But I actually was talking to Jacek in a party 5 minutes before the race started, and we were like, try to do a 2-stop would be okay, you know. And this is my first league race without traction, and I only turned off traction about 5 days ago, so I wasn't comfortable or you know, wasn't confident really. I was like, I'm gonna spin, you know, but like I just said 2-stop be more comfortable, tyres will be nice, and judging by my pace in time trial and qualifying, I was like, okay, maybe I can do something here. And the 3 seconds was just completely my own fault. I didn't go down enough gears into turn 1. I went straight on, and I had to kind of it's weird, really, kind of go over the apex a little bit, like the little kind of barrier thing. It was, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but a bit unfortunate. But I just knew with Matty behind me, and obviously knowing how quick he is on every track, I was like, okay, I know he's going to try hunt me down, but I just said I'm going to stay cool and just drive it home and bring home the car. So I was quite happy to get a podium, and I've always quite liked Baku anyway, so yeah, quite happy, to be honest.
Was there any point in the race where you were thinking about taking the victory, maybe with that virtual safety coming out, or did you pretty quickly realize that it was gonna be free at best?
So I got terribly held up by I think it was Dan and Kelster Swag. Obviously Dan was on really worn mediums. You probably saw we were argy-bargy in the middle sector, but yeah. I was like, I'm losing. I lost, I think it was 1.6 seconds in 3 corners to Rage, and I was like, I need to get past him. And on the straights, he was extremely quick, and I was burning all my ERS. I was like, this is not good. So I was saying, if I get past both of these, you know, I got past Kelster a few laps before, but like I have to get past Dan. I maybe thought if there was some sort of safety car VSC, I might have it. But judging by Rage, he's an alien, so, you know, he's just going to catch me anyway, you know. He's like a shark, you know, hunting you. So I knew, like, not trying to sound cocky, I kind of knew once I was, suppose, kind of 3/4 of the race distance, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a podium here. After my second stop, I only saw Charlie was only a few second ahead of me, and in 1 lap, I made up a second. I was like, okay, I'm going to overtake this guy, and I'm going to gap him 3 seconds, and that's going to be at the end of it. I decided in my head I got to get it done, get that 3-second gap, and get the podium. So I wasn't going to let anything else stop me, I suppose.
Fair enough, mate. So, fair enough. Congratulations on the P3. You absolutely deserved it. Go enjoy it.
Thank you.
Going towards our race winner now, Rage Knight, brilliant performance with the wing damage. Yeah, the only question I can ask is, what did you do? Because I think we were focusing a battle with Jay Prentice and Ricky, and suddenly Lewis mentioned Harold overtook Rage Snipes, and then I saw on the telemetry system that you picked up wing damage. So yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I made a 360 in the castle. I was lucky to not get red damage. It was just yellow, so not that big. But it was very amazing, the battles, and it was very mental, to be honest.
Yeah, it was brilliant to watch, and you were really close to Harold pretty much for 26 laps. Was it always going to be the plan to make a move on the last lap, or did you try earlier but it just didn't work?
Yeah, the plan was to overtake him in the last lap, because I saw he was pretty slow in sector 2, and I knew he was very fast in the straight, so I need to overtake him in the last lap so he can't overtake me, you know. It's very weird, but if I had the pace on sector 2, so I would make the gap. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, you created a gap, and that made sure you got the victory at the end. Really well done, mate. Just a brilliant performance with wing damage. Lewis and I mentioned it before. We can't remember anyone with that amount of wing damage still taking victory in the race. It was sort of like Lewis Hamilton in real life, with coming across the line with 3 wheels. Really well done, mate. Absolutely deserved.
Thank you.
So with that, and Harold not joining, that is going to be it for the first stream and the first race in 2021. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was a brilliant battle between Rage Snipes and Harold for 26 laps. Congratulations once again on the podium runners, fully deserved. And Lewis, thank you for joining the commentary with me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Pleasure as always, and look forward to seeing everyone next week in Tier 3, but we've still got plenty more, haven't we?
Yeah, 100%. It's good you mentioned that. Tomorrow we've got the AU2 race and the AM2 race. On Wednesday we've got AU1, AM1, and on the Thursday we've got AU4. If you don't want to miss anything from Colossal Speed, make sure you follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that good stuff. Yeah, drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully we will be back on Twitch very soon. It should have been the case already today. But once again, something wrong happened. It's like, yeah, same story. New year, same story, unfortunately. Nothing to do about it. Hopefully we can fix it in time. Otherwise it will be fixed for Season 7. From my part, this was it. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Thank you all for tuning in. And as I always say, have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.